All right. Welcome to the fifth quarter, first episode of this podcast, Parking Lot Confessions. Talk about pregame rituals, the new league, teams, players, just our thoughts and opinions. And go from there. We've always wanted to do the podcast, but first let me introduce the co-host, Kevin, aka Durantula. I don't know if you saw that post by Bing. That's your nickname. And there's a lot of nicknames.
I didn't see that actually.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. I'm sure one episode we'll talk about nicknames.
Okay.
But welcome, Kevin. Introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Kevin. I'm a nurse in the day, my 9 to 5 job, and I'm a recreational full-time basketball player at night.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome. I also want to introduce, he's behind the scenes, the producer, John. He kind of helped develop this idea of talking about the league. It's kind of like a podcast for the league, not just the league, not just the Filipino community, not just the brotherhood, but really older guys, older generations that still love basketball. Love playing, love the brotherhood.
Yeah, it's a specific niche, people that love basketball, as you said, and coming from all backgrounds and just coming together, playing the game, emulating what we saw when we were young.
To get to know everyone.
Yeah.
We have a lot of players in the league, not just this league, but other leagues, and you get to really know a person. Like just talking to Kevin. I didn't realize lots of things that went to nursing school in the Philippines. So,
So, PBLCA started already, 2 games in. The teams are pretty well established, balanced. I thought, good job.
Thank you.
And
that was my biggest fear. My biggest fear with the league is when the team forfeits, and when games are not competitive.
Okay.
So those are my two biggest fears.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't had forfeit yet.
You have any complaints with how the teams are built?
Not so much complaints. Like some of the guys are excited to play with certain guys. So I'll give you a story. Like Coastal Rain.
Okay.
Anthony, vocal guy, leadership guy.
Pavia, right?
Pavia, Oliver, and Jello.
Yes.
So in previous leagues, Anthony and Oliver with butt heads, makes sense, personality-wise, and then Jello too.
Yeah.
So I got to put them all on the same team.
Okay.
To see how they
would
gel.
They're gonna self-destruct each other.
Right. But my thinking is it's just gonna make them more closer together to where if they ever play other leagues, they're not all over each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have now their respect of each other.
Yeah.
Kind
of like a brotherhood.
Brotherhood. So the whole league is about brotherhood, obviously, right? So I'm just happy to play the game and just to see everyone. It's like a networking league where I don't know if you saw the site. I'm trying to add. There's a page for Friends of the League. It's not so much a sponsorship. It's just, we have a huge network, this huge brotherhood, and maybe 80% are nurses. Just joking. Not really.
It's a Filipino stereotype.
Filipino thing, yeah. So, but there's people who have businesses. Gilbert owns a restaurant. His wife owns a jewelry store.
Okay.
Your business.
Yes.
Speak about that too. Jacob, the new guy, his appliances. ProTech, he's not even in our league. He has a.
But he's in the community.
Community.
We all know each other.
Yeah, just because you're not in the league doesn't mean you're not part of the community, the brotherhood. Yeah. Bing, he's a real estate agent, and his wife is a realtor, and he's into finance, mortgages, I think. Justin, my cousin, he's not in the league, but he helped create PBL. and he does solar,
Okay.
among other things.
Yeah.
Is just solar, just wash, just blinds, just masks, just all these other things he does.
Okay.
Um, so we want to promote all that because
Small businesses.
yeah, even if you're not, if you don't own a small business, and let's say you're a mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
like Mark, you know,
Jimenez.
Jimenez,
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
mechanic
He works for Honda.
for Honda. You have a Honda. Maybe reach out to him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one hand washes the other kind of thing.
Yeah. True. True. True.
Um,
And it's people we see, we know, we
yeah,
trust, and
and then I think it's an opportunity for the wives and the girlfriends to kind of see that, get to know each other.
no. Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To support
Mm-hmm.
you leaving, 3 nights a week to play basketball till 11 o'clock, and then you're sitting in the parking lot till 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
and then you're getting calls, which has happened multiple times.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
Which is, but when they see that, like, oh, okay, he's
Yeah.
with his friends and stuff, and it's a brotherhood. It really,
Yeah.
for me, it relieves stress.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm doing, something I love.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I mean, um, it's cool that you say that because for me, that's what basketball has done for me as well. Um, I know we're not doing it professionally; we're just doing it recreationally. But I tell my wife that I play basketball because it's the only time where I don't think about anything else but the game. I don't think
Yeah,
about my problems. I don't think about my finances. I don't
yeah,
think about like any other adult stuff you should be thinking
yeah,
about. You just play the game, and it's fun. And
yeah,
also, it's good for our health because
yeah,
our blood pressure is probably
yeah,
higher at this age.
yeah. And
So
Filipino food's not the healthiest.
yeah. So.
um, yeah, so that's why I do it, and like Anna,
Mm-hmm.
so she gives me a hard time, but she doesn't. But she knows, like,
Mm-hmm.
I truly enjoy going and
Basketball,
hanging
yeah.
out, and I'm close with a bunch of guys there, and she's like, "Hey, did you talk to Tim?"
Mm-hmm.
No, why not? He's a good buddy
Yeah.
of yours. Well, honestly, I do the stats. He comes in, we say hi.
Mm-hmm.
I play my game, he plays his game, and we go home. I
Okay.
think it's different for like women, I don't know. It's just different. Like, I don't get to say hi. I don't get to say hello to everyone and talk
Mm-hmm.
because it's so fast and so busy, and then
Yeah.
everyone just you play your game and you leave.
Yeah. Most
You know
most
what I
of
mean? So
people there is like that. And maybe also because it's so late in the day and maybe they got work the next day and they just gotta
yeah,
go home. But yeah, it seems like a lot of the guys there I would really want to hang out with on a just grab a drink or a few and
yeah.
or just eat
That's
or
the other thing too with the teams I set up because
Mhm.
you have bonding nights.
Yes, yeah,
Um, So like there's a bunch of guys I've never hung out with, and it'd be kind of cool. And you
yeah,
have the wives or girlfriends hang out too, and
hmm
the wives and the girlfriends start talking, and all of a sudden they become besties. You know what I mean? They
yeah.
come support your game.
They become more
So
supportive.
yeah, not just for the guys, it's also for the wives
Yeah,
and stuff, and they're there to support. You know, and
yeah,
it's just
support each
easier
other.
excuse
It is.
to
It
be
is.
able to
Yeah.
play.
It's it's just a good feeling when you're leaving your house and you have that blessing of your wife to go
Yeah,
play basketball and they're not mad at you, so you
right.
don't have to carry that over to the game that oh crap like
Yeah,
my wife's mad at me, and
yeah,
so it's a good feeling. I had this conversation with my wife 2 days ago, because I told her that like it just feels better when I just have your blessing when you let me go,
yeah,
and she was just laughing, because,
yeah.
but she's overall like pretty supportive on in what I do and
Funny
stuff.
story, like Anna gives me a hard time all the time because the way I play, I'll get like scratches, bumps and bruises, and she's like, who's doing that to you? Huh? Who is that? Give me their names. I
So
just start laughing.
she's really she becomes really not territorial but
No, she's just
protective.
very
Yeah,
protective.
yeah.
So like I'm sure there's a lot of guys, not just me, like if you get
Mm.
hurt, you kind of hide it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Like
I yeah,
you sprain an ankle, like, oh, what's
yeah.
wrong? Oh, nothing.
I don't have to hide it because my wife's always there, and so
Yeah,
she'll
that's
see.
true. But I'll get bumps. So last one of the games, I got bumped or
Mm.
elbowed and it was bleeding and I had to sub out. It was a Sunday
Oh,
night game,
okay.
and then it stopped bleeding. I was able to play. it was Nighthawks actually
Yeah.
Thursday, and like I slept. She wakes up early, goes to work, gives me a kiss goodbye. But I
Mm.
was sleeping purposely, kind of under the covers with my
Just
eye.
hiding it.
Yeah.
Because
And then I told her during the day, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna hear it when she gets home.
would she be mad?
She gets mad, but
Okay.
kind of jokingly.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously she doesn't want me to get
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. But
Well, we can go to so we only have 4 teams in
mm,
obviously Tuesday Night League PBL. Um, Next season 8 teams, but we're both currently in another league
mm-hmm.
Thursday nights, and we're during this is why we're doing it. Tonight would be a game,
Mm-hmm.
but we're off for a month.
For 2 weeks now, we have
No,
two,
it's four
another.
weeks.
Yes.
This is our first week,
Yeah. Okay.
and so 3 more
So
weeks.
3 more weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
So they had to play in last week. It was
Mm-hmm.
Knights and well, it's Ford Eagles.
For the play-in, right?
Yeah, Knights and Rain, right?
Mm-hmm. Knights and Rain.
Oh no,
No,
no, no. I'm sorry.
Rain and Ford. Knights and Eagles.
Is that what it was? I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, now Ford and Eagles gone
Technically,
fishing.
yes.
And then so my team, Nighthawks, we're third spot.
Okay.
You guys are what?
I believe we are fifth or fourth. We are playing Stingrays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good team.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a weakness on that team. We play the Broncos. A lot of their Broncos guys are hurt though,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm hoping they can recover because
Yeah.
you never want to play a team when they're kind of a man down or you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Although, I mean, I would want that. I wouldn't want that too. But if you play them, you pass the first round, then you can
Yeah,
go on the next, and you also will have you have to face a tougher team
yeah.
the next round.
We Nighthawks we always lose in the like semifinals
Okay, that's kind of
for
like
some
your
reason, and
second round.
yeah, second round.
Okay.
But I think this year we got a good team. We played
Mm-hmm.
together for like 2 3 seasons already, and trying to win it for Arnell.
You guys talk
Um,
about what you guys are gonna do something different
what do you mean? Like,
for the playoffs and how you guys could win more games. You guys talk about that in your chat groups. I know every team has a chat group, right?
yeah, I'm lucky. I love my team. Everyone's unselfish. Everyone plays for each other. We're a veteran team. We're the
Mm-hmm.
oldest team though,
Yes.
but we're pretty active. So we don't really talk about anything until like
The game.
a week before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like if we're playing Broncos, we would say, okay, obviously Anthony is a threat down
Mm-hmm.
low. Luckily, we have Damon who kind of matches up in height,
Mm-hmm. Pretty
and
aggressive
then
too.
pretty
Yeah.
aggressive. And then we have to watch the shooters like Gilbert likes to shoot the corner three.
Mm-hmm.
Gino likes to shoot
Technically everywhere.
quite a bit. Yeah. Um, Jason Pay, he's good point guard, smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have Jeff V, so um, he can catch on fire at any
Yeah.
moment. He plays Sundays and he's a hard guard. So, but luckily, our Nighthawks team, we can guard 1 through 5, all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, your team though now with VJ, how is that?
VJ is a good addition to our team. I mean, we have a very rough start. Uh, when I got into the league, um, they never made it past the play-in. Even last season, we never. That's kind of like the running thing.
Yeah,
But this year has been really different. I felt like we made tremendous progress. Now we're in the playoffs.
yeah.
Um,
Congratulations.
yeah,
VJ is
game changer.
game changer. So he's very quick with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told when we played you guys and you beat us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kept telling our team like you can't make those like those passes like just nonchalant. You have to like body him and pass it. I made
Mm-hmm.
the mistake. Don't get me wrong. He
Yeah.
stole the ball from my like twice. Um, but so if you're able to kind of like limit his steals and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you have a better chance of winning.
Yeah. It's hard to do that though because usually, I mean, when you're playing the game, you never really think the ball's gonna be stolen from you.
Yeah. So
So
then you're playing passive, not aggressive.
yeah, yeah,
So how do you guys playing Stingrays? Like, did you guys think
yes.
already about how you're gonna handle them? Because 1 through 8 or 9, I think they have 9 guys. They're
Mm-hmm.
solid. Like, there's no weakness I can see on that team.
Yes.
Um, except maybe their rotations. Like, they're still trying to figure that
Yeah.
out. But they're a new team.
For yeah, we talked about it, and for me, I mean, I don't want to give away our strategy
Yeah.
for them, but technically, originally, personally, I didn't want to face them in the playoffs first round. That's why we had this dilemma in the play-in to either, of course, we want to win all the time. Every time we play to win, but also I was thinking about what if we didn't win? Maybe it'll be better
Yeah.
because then we'll be in, I think we were gonna face Ford. Nothing against Ford, but I feel like
Sure.
they're an easier matchup for us,
Yeah.
especially since Carlos
Yeah.
out
Man down.
compared to Stingray, right? Because Stingray, I felt like they're just so deep and so aggressive that they could out stamina most of us,
Yeah.
and we haven't beat them in the regular season.
Yeah.
The first time we beat them, obviously VJ wasn't there yet. We got they demolished us by like I think 20 25 points.
Yeah.
The second time, same thing happened, but we kind of caught back up. But that's like Shane technically like making all his shots.
Yeah.
So I mean, um, yeah, always a tough time with them.
It's crazy this league because then we beat Stingrays twice, you beat us, they beat
Mm,
you. Like it's literally like whenever we play defenders, I know it's gonna be a close game,
mm-hmm.
2 to 4 points easily.
Yeah.
Um, Stingrays, yes, I don't know. Sometimes we just get a late run
Mm-hmm.
and we end up winning.
Yeah.
But there's certain teams like we don't match up well.
I
Um,
think that's what it is. It
it's
comes down
just the
to.
craziest. Yeah, it's about the matchups and who's hitting, who's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm worried about Mambas to be honest, and obviously the Fenders they're always favored because they're a really good team. They have Joe, he's a good
Yeah.
leader and stuff. So like Mambas though, they have Monty, Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
Jericho,
Yeah.
and then now that Jericho is playing really well with the team, I mean shoot, and then you have Joe, Big Joe.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a center slash 3 point shooter.
Joe. Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then yeah, he can shoot threes as
and then
well.
Butch.
And Butch, I mean, we know what Butch does. He just technically just nonstop
Yeah,
runs in one single lane
yeah,
and just cuts straight. Very if high efficiency in when like putting the ball,
yeah.
like hitting the board and making it.
Off ball player,
Yeah,
10 rebounds. That's 20 points
yeah,
right
doesn't
there.
get tired, you
Um,
know. And
yeah,
I felt like a lot of them also have to hold back on their scoring because there's
yeah,
so many
yeah.
scores in that team.
Yeah,
And who's the other player? He doesn't really do a lot actually. It seems like because he doesn't have to score most of the time. He's also another
JC's on that team, I
veteran
think.
there. Well, JC's another
Oh,
player.
Elmer.
Elmer, yes, Elmer.
Yeah,
He's an underrated, under the
yeah,
radar kind of guy.
yeah. I played with Elmer. I've known Elmer like 10 years now. Playing
Mm-hmm.
Corona. Very good
Yeah,
player.
yeah,
He was always
smart
on
too.
those championship teams with
Yeah.
Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys.
Yeah.
So they're stacked.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they need
Yeah.
to win it this year because if next year, I think Monty goes back into the draft.
Yeah.
A lot of new guys go back into the draft. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that team Mambas, I feel like if there's like I mean every single one of most of those people could be their own anchor player.
yeah,
Wouldn't
we've
you
never
agree?
beat them.
Okay.
We can't beat them.
Yeah. I mean we beat them in the regular season, but I felt like we had to almost shoot like almost perfectly to
Yeah,
beat them. So but then that's the thing with the league, like you just
yeah,
never know. Defenders, I feel like I mean, this is my perception, but I feel like they don't really have a star player in there, but they just play in this system, and it
yeah.
just like it works really well.
I gotta tell you, Joe keeps them all aligned for
Hmm.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the voice. He's the leader. Um, like I already know how he thinks. He's already
Hmm.
chatting like, "Hey, this is what we should do."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
definitely see him. When a team shoots around, he talks to his team and probably strategizes
yeah,
how to stop certain
but
plays.
they're also very skillful. They got Red,
Yeah, they
they
do.
got Ivan,
Hmm.
they got Murdo, Anthony.
Yeah,
All can defend, all lanky.
and they have Ted, a
They have
defensive
Ted.
stopper, aggressive.
Yeah. Um, then they're all unselfish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're a tough team. And then it's us. And then it's Broncos, I think,
Hmm.
since we're third. And then there's you and Knights. I mean, Knights is in the beginning, they were like at the bottom. It was very surprising. I was talking to David. Um, just lost their swag, but they got it back, I think, because now,
Yeah, I really thought they're going to be a stronger team because when Peter went there, Paul Masilan was
yeah,
there. They're both like also defensive stopper
yeah,
kind of guys, and Buddha, my cousin Jay,
yeah.
Rob, David.
Yeah. Well, David's more aggressive now, so
Well,
I can
yeah,
definitely see them um,
and they made it to the playoffs.
advancing. Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, they might take it all the way. They could.
And then Rain,
Yes, Rain.
Justin's on that team now. He makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah,
He needs to be there.
that for me, Rain is probably the the most aggressive team in the whole league,
Yeah.
just collectively.
Yeah.
All of them are just
Ken is super crafty.
yeah, yes.
And Drew,
Hmm.
for his height, plays really big.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, Corey,
Hmm.
um, great defender, can shoot it. So,
Yeah. Jello.
oh, and Jello,
Yeah.
I love how he trash talks to
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. A lot of players are actually bothered by that, especially if you don't know them. When I played him the first time on the Friday league, the Flip Noise league, um, like I really didn't like the guy.
Yeah.
Trash talk. Like I remember we had this kind of altercation, but like kind of like quietly, because we would just like give each other like nudges and all that stuff, and like he gave me one on the rib when like we were shooting a free throw and I was on the sideline or on those slots on the
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
and
Baseline thing.
when the baseline, and then when technically when the ball went up, he would like he went for it and kind of
Yeah, we
nudged
should
me.
talk about that next topic
Yeah.
when the guys who I guess play physical, like
Hmm.
to pick up is way different than
Yeah.
game time, like
Yeah.
league games. And I mean, we're all friends, and all of a sudden, like,
Hmm.
who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But no, but that's just if you don't know the guy. But after a
right?
while, like you know
Yeah,
them, and he's cool dude.
yeah. So
So
we'll come back
yeah.
to that.
All right. So PBLCA
Yes,
back again after
back
a
again.
long break.
Too long.
What made you decide to start it back up?
I mean, I've always wanted to do it. Um, Started it back up because now I have people helping and they want
Okay.
to help and grow the league. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited, not just for me but for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm so excited to like have a website to do stats, jersey designs, just another reason to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're just doing Tuesday nights, we're just doing pickup games,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and yeah, it was really nice to get that league going again. Super excited, especially starting off with 4 teams.
4 teams. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of like a trial, right?
trial. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right. So how'd you kind of orchestrated that the team building on who's to put together in one
yeah,
team
I wanted
versus
to
the
start early, so there's really no committee
mm-hmm.
when I first started it. So it was just me trying to like, okay, I have a pool of players.
Mm-hmm.
I had them register through the website, and it was kind of funny because on the registration form it was name, number, size, contact info. But then
Mm-hmm.
I also put like, what are your skills?
Mm-hmm.
Um, are you
Experience.
beginner? Yeah, experience, beginner, intermediate,
Mm-hmm.
advanced. Um, rebounding, passing,
Mm-hmm.
leadership, speed. And then I took that, put it in a spreadsheet, and then kind of started the teams off that way.
Based it on the input.
Yeah. So there's 32 players. There was actually a few players I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
allow. I mean, because there was first come first serve, and
Mm-hmm.
I told them next time. But yeah, I took the best. I started with the four centers
Mm-hmm.
and basically did a snake draft. Um,
And built all the teams based
yeah.
on the centers.
So after the second round, I looked at the team, my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
um, the weakest team, and then
Mm-hmm.
I added the next best guy position
Mm-hmm.
and built it that way. So
Okay.
now the four teams are all totally different. Like your team is a lot of offense.
Uh-huh.
Not saying no defense, but
Yeah.
all of your guys can score.
Mm-hmm.
Our team, all of our guys can play defense, and I think Coastal Rain and Sabers, they're perfectly matched up. Like they have a big man, they have a slasher, they have
Mm-hmm.
a shooter, they have a point guard. So that's how I kind of put the teams together.
Oh, got it. Okay. So, talking about like each team. Okay. Let's start with your team. All
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
Personnel wise, um, what do you think? Like, how do you guys see yourself, coming together and winning games?
I think defense is not a problem for us. It's
Mm.
offense.
Okay.
Yeah, for us.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of defensive minded guys. Me, Mike, Butch,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony. Joe plays good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Carlo Bueno.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to find out who's going to step up
Mm-hmm.
because it can't just be Joe scoring 30 points a game. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have to step up my game. Jake can score offensively. Mike just needs to shoot one basket, like one a game. He doesn't even take a shot. So I
Yeah,
give him a
yeah.
hard time about that.
Mm-hmm.
And but Mike's a great teammate. Like I love his hustle and
Yeah. And
um,
and the thing with him is he's a specialized player. I
yeah,
mean, he does one thing great, and that one thing great is
yeah,
defense. Yes.
yeah. He hasn't played the last two games, so
Mm-hmm.
I blame our losses on him.
Okay.
But he'll be back next week.
That's good. That's good. We
Yeah.
have how many more games?
So we play each other twice. So total with playoffs, 8 games.
8 games.
Yeah.
Okay. We're barely on our second game, going to
Second game.
third.
Yeah. And then we'll
Okay.
start up again. But yeah, no, I like my team. Um, I feel like it's like the defenders
Okay.
from 2 seasons ago because you got Butch,
Yeah.
Anthony, Joe, Mike, Gabriel,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
then
Joe is there.
Joe was there, and me, Carlo, and Jake.
Mm-hmm. So next team
Yeah.
would be
Yeah, we can go over the teams, how I put them together. So, or
okay.
what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Your team, like I said, all shooters, all scorers. Um, yeah, they told me like, hey, who's the scorer? Who do we have to worry about? I said everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you got to worry about Kevin
Okay.
because he's like the mid-range guy. You got to worry
Mm-hmm.
about Sean, and then obviously Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if you leave anyone, they're gonna kill you, and that's kind of what happened in our last game because we got tired. We only had 6 guys, and we left you open. We left, a bunch of people open.
Oh yeah, for sure. In our team, I can say everyone's willing to shoot. That's
Yeah,
probably one. It's counter thing
yeah.
to your team. Um, yeah, and everyone's a threat. And I think most of us are can shoot the three ball pretty well. And that's definitely one of our
And
strengths.
with the stats, it's nice because you can see who shot
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes.
mostly threes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. I mean, that's one of the key features of this league is having the stat sheet,
yeah.
right? Having everything, like not just points. You're gonna have
Field goal
field goal
attempts.
attempts,
Yeah,
steals, blocks,
yeah,
assist, right? And I like the feature where you actually what I looked at from the stat sheet from the last game was the overall like field goal percentage.
yeah,
Because the way I think about it is that um, you see the team as a collective
hmm,
because it's still team basketball at the end of the day, and you start looking at every person's field goal percentage, and you get to see who struggled in what.
yeah.
And it's not like they didn't shoot;
Right.
it's probably they're in the wrong position or
Yeah,
whatnot, and maybe as a team we could talk about it
yeah.
and kind of set them up for better positioning to take the shots.
That's what happened with our game. I shot horribly.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe was like, dude, they're all good shots. I said, I know. I just like I don't want to let anyone down. I shot 2 for 13. That's embarrassing
Okay.
for me. Like it's horrible. But the first game, Joe was way off too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was disappointing. But now it's like, okay, I'm not gonna let you guys down.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first game, I shot like 5 threes or 6 threes, and I never shoot that many threes. So this
Mm-hmm.
game, I only shot 3. So I
Okay.
made it a point. Don't shoot threes.
Okay.
Because that's not how we're gonna win the game. For me,
You made a conscious
conscious effort to just
effort
get
to do
everyone
it.
involved. Like a couple plays, I got Joe involved. Like last wide open, like it was the
Mm-hmm.
last second shot. I saw him, and we've been playing together forever, so he
Mm-hmm.
knows he's getting the ball.
And that's all based on the stat sheet.
Yeah,
You reading it and kind of like realizing that and
yeah,
using that data to kind of
yeah,
improve your game and see what you could do better.
yeah. I don't know if you noticed the efficiency
Mm-hmm.
at the end, so that's kind of big.
Okay.
So it takes really takes you add your points, like your free throws made, your rebounds, your steals, your assists, all that, all that, and then you minus like turnovers, field
Mm-hmm.
goal attempts, and then you get your efficiency rating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of important. Like you can see when you're on the floor, you're
Yeah.
very efficient.
Mm.
They're kind of skewed now because the first game really didn't do field goal attempts
Mm-hmm.
because we're still learning the apps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now you can kind of see because we're all learning the app,
Yeah.
um, like who's efficient, who's not. And it's funny because that's how I want to be so efficient, but my efficiency is like a 6 because I shot so many and I missed.
And the numbers don't lie.
Remember no lie.
Yeah. So I mean, I love the stats. I mean, I see the chat group in the website. I see what, like, I think there's a little discussion on how they felt about the stats, on
Yeah.
how players would take it, and
Well, there's always guys like, hey, you missed my assist, or you missed
mm-hmm.
my turnover, or not turnover, you missed my
block.
block.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think every player would have a different read on the data, but it's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Um,
So
so
real quick, there's 2 more teams, and then we'll
mm,
go
okay.
change the topic. SoCal Sabers.
So-called Saber, I feel like they're the strongest team.
Yeah, me too. Just Jacob, obviously, new
Mm-hmm.
guy. I played with him. He actually played in my league a few times, and he's like a gentle giant kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could physically play him, and like we're just
Player of the game twice in a week already.
twice in a week, 20 rebounds, 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to beat. They got Tim and Red Slasher, so yeah, they're a really good team.
A very good supporting
And
cast as well.
yep, and then
Yeah.
the Rain, they got Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then they have Jello, Oliver.
Oliver, offensive mindset team
Yeah,
as well.
the new guy John, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, very smart, very handsy too. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
really good at defense.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I actually saw him.
Yeah.
He's the one playing point.
Point guard.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Pretty
yeah.
good.
So funny story. Um, well, we can talk about that later, but let's talk about other things. Like I wanted to know, like, so John, he's a photographer,
Mm-hmm.
videographer guy, and one time he started taking pictures of shoes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna ask you, this is a question I always want to ask people, like there's a bunch of sneakerheads, okay, like
Uh-huh.
Joe, Rob, um, Dre,
Mm-hmm.
and before I never got into shoes. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
never like I'm from Chicago, big Jordan fan.
I was gonna say
Never
yes.
had I don't know anything about shoes. Like I had
Okay.
one pair of Jordans my whole life. But with
Mm-hmm.
these guys I end up buying shoes. Because they're
Okay.
always buying shoes. And they're always like telling me, hey, there's a drop or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like for you, like what's your game day shoe? Like is it a Nike shoe or
Yes, usually a Nike shoe. I feel like Nike's for me. This is not a sponsored, obviously, talk, but the fit is always to my liking.
yeah.
I tried other brands before, like Adidas, Antus. I have the Clay Thompson 11s, I believe, and they just don't uh, fit the way like
What's your shoe
Nike's
though? Is
do.
it a certain player?
Um, yes, right now I play with the Sabrina twos, the
Okay.
Olympic ones. Yeah,
I play with Sabrina's.
yeah, they're kind of, they call them the cheaper version of the Kobe's, because the
Yeah.
Kobe's are a little pricey
I
and hard to
bought
get.
them and they hurt my feet.
That's
and
what
I was a
Anthony.
Kobe guy.
Okay,
Kobe
the
shoe.
second one,
No, the first.
the first one. Okay, that's the same feedback Anthony from your team was
Yeah.
talking to me about. We were in the free throw, like waiting for someone to shoot free throw, and we were talking about it. He was talking to me about how those shoes doesn't hurt your Achilles, like,
Yeah.
and I told him no, it hasn't so
Yeah.
far. But
I'm a way of Wade. I
wait.
used to be LeBron. I used
Mm-hmm.
to wear his shoes, and then Kobe and
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, and I love the Kobe's. Um, but then I started wearing the Wades, and to me, they're way better,
Mm-hmm.
way more comfortable
Tech
than
wise too, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a wider foot, um, but
Well,
yeah, all
what
my
made
last shoes are all Wades.
okay?
Yeah.
What made the other shoes like LeBron's uncomfortable for you?
Um, they're bulky and heavy.
Okay.
And I remember wearing the Kobe 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, I must have a heavy heel because I really bust the bubble on 4 of them in a row. And I just kept
Really?
exchanging them. Like they kept giving me a $200 gift card. I kept buying them and they kept breaking them. So I was like, okay, I can't do this
Oh,
anymore.
that never happened to me. I have
Yeah.
you busted the air bubble on
Yeah,
me.
dude, it's crazy. But yeah.
Let's talk about players.
Okay.
There's different styles of play, not just offensively but defensively. Defense wise, I mean, you're from
Let's rank the
Chicago.
players, huh?
Rank the players, okay?
Rank.
And what, defensive?
Sure. Yeah. What do
Okay,
you think?
sure.
We can
Okay,
do defensive.
okay. Who do you think is the
Or
number one?
so okay. With this league though, we're gonna do awards. Okay.
Okay.
Um, all not NBA, all PBL team,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also gonna do like all defensive teams, 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, when Sean saw that, he's like, I better be on one of those teams.
So
When I
you gotta
start,
earn it.
you gotta earn it.
Yeah.
But my top 5 defensive, obviously, is Mike. I'm not gonna include myself in any of these,
Mm.
but I say
You have
Mike.
to though.
No. Mike Gabriel. Um, you do positions,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
guess. Other guard, probably John P.
Mm-hmm.
Center. Sean he's up there, but I like Anthony too because he's
Mm-hmm.
just physical,
Yeah.
um, very aggressive with the rebounding. Um, trying to think who else.
Jello's pretty defensive as well.
Jello,
Yeah. Oliver.
Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say Oliver.
Yeah.
Jello for me, he can be really really good defensively,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he puts more effort in offense
Mm-hmm.
for sure, in my opinion. Um, oh, Murdo,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony,
Yeah.
and Butch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else on each team. Jacob's new. I won't really include him,
Mm-hmm.
but that's who I see. Who would you be your top 5?
Um, I, I would say about the same. Center wise, I would have Anthony defensive, Anthony Pavia, um, and then Oliver, Mike, obviously. I feel like a Red could be a really good defender as
Yeah,
well, and he's a lefty, and so
yeah,
really active too.
yeah,
Kind of everywhere.
yeah.
So
Red's good defensively
yeah,
too.
John P is also a good defender. A lot of good defenders.
John, yeah, we're good friends, but sometimes during the game,
It's
um,
too physical.
no, not at all. When he steals the ball from me, I get so mad. So I need to practice.
Guarding the ball.
Yeah, I need to learn how to do that better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would be my defensive team. So if we kept going, I mean, honestly, the stats, that's kind
Yeah.
of what determines,
True. It'll show.
like leading block, right? Leading the league in blocks right now, I think is Anthony Murdo.
Anthony Mortar, not Anthony Pavia.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Huh.
So I haven't really looked at anyone else, but he's definitely the guy for me.
Okay. How about offense? Do you want to go into offense?
Yeah,
Ranking offense wise?
it's easier, I think.
Okay, I think so too.
I'll
So
give one, then you give one.
Well, are we gonna talk about per position?
Sure. Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Okay. Centers.
Um, I would say Jacobs. I said Sean.
Sean, even
Yeah,
more than what's his name? Mr.
Jacob.
Ramirez, Jacob.
Yeah. Well, Jacob can shoot the three, and
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just taller. But if Sean was 6'2", I think he's a better offensive player.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who would be your center?
I would. Well, in the beginning, I thought it was Sean. I completely forgot about Ramirez,
Yeah,
but I felt like he's just more efficient, like as
yeah,
point wise. But it would be really close.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guard.
Guard. Oh, that would be kind of hard. So many guards,
Yeah.
actually. Um, who's the guards? Who's the list of the guards you have, or in
Okay.
your top five? Let's say.
My top five.
Yeah. In that.
Um. Rob,
Mm-hmm.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so just PBL, right?
Yes.
Okay. So my team, Joe. Oh, Drew
Mm-hmm.
from Coastal Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, my teammate from Nighthawks. Um, SoCal Sabers, Red,
Mm-hmm.
Rob, and yeah, Joe. So those four, I would
Okay.
say. If I had to
One more.
pick one from each. Oh, another one.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
there's only 14, so yeah,
yeah.
sure.
How about you?
Yeah. With me, Joe would for sure be there,
Yeah.
and then Joe would be there too. He kind of killed us last game, and
Yeah. He had to be more aggressive because
yeah.
the rest of the team was shooting.
Mm-hmm. And
Well,
then
me, I was shooting like shit.
Nap, I feel like when he gets it going, could really score a lot of points too,
Yeah,
offensively.
but for me, Nap, if you're on him and you're
Mm-hmm.
quick,
Oh, then there's nothing.
no. But
You,
if you're on Rob, he's gonna drive
mm-hmm.
by you. If you're on
Yeah,
Joe,
true.
he's gonna drive by you.
Mm-hmm.
Red doesn't need to shoot the three.
Mm-hmm.
He's can dribble. He has good handles.
Yeah.
Obviously, he does all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, great ball handling. And then Andrew,
Yeah, Andrew.
like he's not. He can shoot the three, but also
Very
drive.
smart. Very smart
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
So,
Nap. Okay, we could talk about that. The best shooters.
mm-hmm.
Nap would be on there.
Yeah, he's fast. He can
Yeah.
shoot.
Nap, Joe, Rob. Um, talking about threes. Ivan, but he's a
Yeah.
forward, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Mark too can shoot threes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mark.
There's just so many 3-point
But
shooters.
consistently, it's Nap for me.
Mm-hmm.
Nap, Joe, Rob. Um, Mark doesn't shoot as many threes as I thought he would. He
Mm-hmm.
likes to pump fake and
Yeah,
drive a little
he
bit.
could do mids and
But like for forwards, I would have Ivan and like
mm-hmm.
Anthony Murdo.
Oh yeah, he can shoot three too.
Yeah.
Actually, Anthony Mardo. So yeah,
You,
yeah.
you too.
I don't really shoot it. I like to shoot a lot of threes. Sometimes I'm just forced to shoot it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I think that's what you guys were doing to me. My first game, they're like, "Yo, shoot it, Ron," and then 2 for 13.
Yeah.
So, and then power forward though, who would you have?
Power forward. Uh,
Or forward? Let's just do
forward.
forward.
Who do we have? I'm
So I'll go through. There's like Anthony
June Custodio
Murdo,
is
yeah,
one of them.
June, you, Tim,
Yeah, Tim. Oh, Tim, I really love his game.
yeah,
Yeah, like he's actually one of the players I like watch.
yeah,
Yeah, because I mean he's very simple player, but
yeah,
like very effective. He got a shot. Like
yeah,
he can lay the ball up.
yeah,
Like moves real well.
yeah.
So
He's all right. I'm just kidding.
no,
He's my buddy.
I was
Uh,
actually worried about him in the other league.
yeah,
I thought it was gonna go off. I think you guys were just collectively not
yeah.
kind of bad luck. Right?
June, he's
Mm,
definitely one of those guys I have to worry about. And he's a
yeah,
younger guy,
very strong.
and he's
Yeah,
tall.
quick
I didn't
guy.
realize how tall he was.
Yeah.
Um, on our Anthony on Wolves, you. I like Jay's game a lot.
Yes,
I like
yes, I
his
was gonna
game.
say,
Um,
not very aggressive, from when you see him, but
Yeah,
his defense is underrated.
underrated.
Like he can time the block so well.
Yeah.
He had a few blocks in
He
your.
blocked me.
Oh yeah, I have a video of it.
Oh, great. Can you dispose of that video?
I was actually editing our highlights last night.
Oh
I
my
just didn't
gosh,
get to it.
don't include me. Did you see our highlight when you shot it and I was trying to block you?
Yeah,
And I was like, man, I have like weird legs. And I had to look closely.
I know, and
And it
it
was like,
combined with another player.
yeah. I was
I think
like,
with
because I
Jake.
looked at it, I was like, I don't wear those shoes. And
Yeah,
then I saw, and I started
it
laughing.
was Jake's.
Yeah. And that's why I
Yeah.
made that comment. Ivan,
Hmm.
though he didn't have a good game last week. He scored a lot of points, but he shot 30 times,
30 times.
23s.
Okay.
But he had to.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were down.
yeah,
He had to do it.
I
And he
think.
was the only one scoring because after Anthony got hurt,
Hmm.
his back, because he fell, um, he was kind of done. He was in pain, I think.
Oh man.
Yeah. So hopefully he's okay.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. How about game day routines?
I let me I don't eat heavy.
Hmm.
I eat early, maybe like 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
Then I stop eating,
Hmm.
and then when I get home, then I'll eat.
Hmm.
As far as warm up, so if I have a 9 o'clock game, I usually get there about 8:15, and I just do stretching.
Okay.
Um,
How do you stretch? Like, what do you stretch usually?
a lot of lower,
Uh huh.
like my calves, my thighs, my hips. I do a lot of hip stretching.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, my back. How about my back is kind of tight,
Hmm.
and then I try to warm up. Like I don't have access to like a gym.
Hmm.
I wish I did, because like for me to warm up, I need to play like 3 games.
Okay.
That's how I warm up. So
Yeah.
like with this league, with the stats and then the scorekeeping, I literally like get up and
Hmm.
then try to play. And I think that's one reason why like some of my games it's just been off. The first 2 games, it's been
Hmm.
really bad. So I need to do a better job trying to find how to find a way to warm up.
Yeah. How do you feel when you let's say you play cold and stuff? Do you get winded fast or
No,
you just feel tight?
no. I mean, luckily, I think my cardio is pretty good, where I can
Hmm.
just run the whole game,
Hmm.
and I try to focus on defense.
Got it.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, getting everyone lined up and stuff.
Hmm.
And I try not to worry about offense. It's funny because like I know we're talking about pregame warmups, but like when I think about something, like my shot is off. Like
Hmm.
I never think about rebounds. I never think about steals. I never think
Hmm.
about defense. And when I
Hmm.
play, those are always the best games for me. But when I
Okay.
don't think about offense, uh, I hit my shot. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think what you're doing there is you're literally just letting the game come to you.
Yeah,
You're not trying to get yours. You're just really playing with what options available.
yeah,
If you have the shot, you take it. And I think you know that's how people play, or like even at a professional level.
yeah. Our
So.
team is mostly we focus on defense for sure,
Hmm.
and our offense not so much.
Yeah, definitely. Routine depends how on like with how my body feels.
Yeah,
Since we have 9 to 5 jobs. If you had a rough night or a rough work day, like sometimes I'll take a nap, wake up. Definitely, I don't eat anything heavy, especially no Chinese food. Anything greasy.
Andrew um, from Nighthawks
Yeah.
and Rain. Oh man, I'm full. I just had a Korean barbecue. I said, "How are you playing right now?"
Eat all you can. Yeah,
Um,
it's tough.
I definitely avoid that.
Yes, definitely, because it's gonna make you feel sluggish, right? And if I could shoot, I'll shoot around, get my form, get my sweat in. If I can't, definitely I would run the treadmill at least for 8 minutes.
Yeah,
I'll do a light jog, warm everything up for about 2 minutes, and then a fast one for 5 minutes, and then 1 minute to cool off,
yeah,
and then I feel like my body would warm up enough to where like it's kind of like my stretching already as
yeah.
well. And then I'll stretch because I want to be warm first before I stretch.
Sure.
And I feel like when I do that, I'm not as winded because your lungs you got to stretch them out too.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh,
so
my pregame routine is also applying icy hot all over my body.
oh man, so that's the
Is
smell
that
I
common? Yeah.
I think that comes with age. That's no wonder
I
we
told
smell
him about
something.
it, and he does the same thing now.
I do it after.
Oh no, I do it before, and he does it before, and next, knock on wood,
Mm-hmm.
no strains.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're still young,
I mean, I feel it
you're
too,
still a young guy.
So
I'm gonna be 50 soon, so like I put
okay.
it all over, even my back.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. Like in the middle of the night, I would get up, to go to the restroom, and I would have to technically drag my feet because I can't bend them because they're sore.
How are you the next day?
Like that.
Sore? Okay, me too.
Sore.
Yeah.
Like my ankle sore, my knees are sore, everything's sore.
Yeah.
Advil helps, like kind of cure the pain and the
I used
stiffness.
to take, Sandy, shooter, older guy.
Hmm.
He told me he would take Advil every game, before every game.
I know a guy that does the same
I'm like,
actually.
is that good? Or that's not good, right?
Um, I
I did it.
Carlo does that
Which Carlo?
for Ford.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he does that because he has some aches too. And what it does is that it technically like prevents inflammation, right? So, or in the pain, so he doesn't, feel any pain
Yeah.
while he's playing. That's how it works for him. I started doing that too, actually, and it works. You don't feel anything, and you can just
I do
freely
it.
play.
I did it. I try not to do it, but I do it. Like I'll just take one,
Mm-hmm.
and then definitely I can feel it
Yeah,
better.
it's definitely bad for you though if you haven't had anything to eat because you can develop
Yeah.
ulcers and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, not a medical advice.
No. Yeah. So this podcast is sponsored by Motrin.
By Motrin.
Yeah. Give me some free Motrin, please.
Yeah, I believe the viewers would want to know what we are calling this podcast.
Maybe we should put it to a poll. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me read off the list because I can't remember the top of my head. Um, we were gonna call it. Okay, let's see. The fifth quarter. Then I gotta
I like
find
that one actually.
the fifth quarter.
I think John too.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Okay, here we go. Parking lot post game.
Okay.
After the buzzer. Lot talk. Overtime in the lot. The fifth quarter. Midnight hoops talk. Late run radio.
Late run radio.
Yeah, that one I'm not sure about.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's this podcast is for the league and the players because
Mm-hmm.
everyone wants to hear about how other people think about them, like in the game sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, thanks for tuning in,
Mm-hmm.
and
Thanks for John for
thank you, John,
feeding us that
feeding us.
carbonara
Great chef.
and the affogato.
And then yeah, next week, come visit.
Yeah.
Check us out.
All right. Like and subscribe.
That was cool.
Sama mo ang chicas mo, dadaling ko ang